This is a ranger station inside the reserve. At daybreak, more than 100 macaques gather outside. Keeper Kuang San'ao doesn't dare ignore these noisy visitors. He figures something must have happened for them to seek help. Now he needs to settle them down.
Let's go. Follow me. Here. Come on, follow me. Slow down. Starving. No wonder you come every day. Easy.
They are starving. And a scramble for food erupts. The fight ends quickly. And the troop quiets down.
See, all gone. Nothing left, guys.
Sitting on the southern Taihung Mountains. This reserve shelters nearly 3,000 Taihung macaques. They are a unique North China subspecies and China's northernmost wild macaque population. Over 20 years ago, Kuang took over his father's post and has watched over these macaques ever since. In recent years, with support from the reserve, he's been carrying out a bold experiment. Fixed point feeding.
Pretty fierce. Why so worked up? Slow down, using both hands. Take extra for your baby. Here, have some. Not happy? Here you go. All yours. Here, food's always short. Once winter comes, there's no grass or leaves. So back then, we figured we'd set up 1 or 2 feeding sites in each troop's range to drop food and observe them.
Every now and then, Kuang checks the feeding sites. A task he mostly handles alone.
These spots are mainly for winter, but you've got to check them. In summer too. Call them over, where they may forget all these sites over time.
Feeding sites are set where macaques often pass. Even so, getting a whole troop to show up is never easy.
Gather. Gather. Come on. Gather.
Most macaques know him. If any are nearby, they'll come when he calls.
No movement yet. Can't spot them. Maybe they're too far off. The leaves and brush are too thick. Maybe they're not here. This is a feeding site. There's a spring here. It's drying up this year. See? It used to run, but now there's barely a drip. If it keeps drying, there won't be a drop left. That won't work. Not enough water. Only a few could drink.
Since summer began, the reserve hasn't seen rain for months. Kuang worries that the drought has pushed the macaques out of this area. Two hours passed, and the troop hadn't appeared, leaving Kuang disappointed.
Well, I'm worn out. Sometimes I shout until my voice is gone, and still can't get them to come. Gather.
The next morning, Kuang rises early. He's been looking after a new troop lately. And before winter comes, he needs to set up a feeding site for them. Finding them in this vast forest is like looking for a needle in a haystack. With years of experience, Kuang starts along the dry valley floor. In summer, valleys stay cool. Food is plentiful, perfect for macaques. By noon, Kuang finally spots signs of macaque activity in a wooded bend of the valley.
These are wild grapes. Macaques love them. In autumn, it's their favorite. The whole area's covered. That's why they love this place. Food everywhere.
Kuang set out early, hoping to meet the troop sooner. But today he's still too late.
It's fresh. See the fruit in it. They were here. Maybe less than 2 hours ago. I'm late. Earlier, I might have seen them. Now there's no trace of them.
Not finding the troop, Kuang is a bit down. He scatters some food on a clear spot and waits for them to return. Two hours passed, and still no sign of the troop. To make it back before dark, Kuang has to call it a day. To better understand the macaques, he records every trip in his field journal. For over 20 years, he has kept at it, filling more than 10 notebooks.
February 5th, 2012. The weather is not stable. Around 1 in the afternoon, they went up the slopes for food. Sometimes just for a sip of water. The whole troop fights. These are my old photos. This is my father with a professor, talking about macaques. Here, I'm rescuing a macaque with paralyzed legs, holding him and feeding him from a basket. Gonna boil eggs for a macaque mother, so she'll have more milk. Her baby can't eat anything else, only milk. No milk, he won't make it. They need extra care, just like patients getting a special meal.
Xiang is 5 months old, blind from birth. Peers his age can forage on their own, but he can only rely on his mother. Since he found them 2 months ago, Kuang has been giving them special care.
Come on. No, the big dominant macaques are over there. Once they see food, they rush in. So every time I feed them, I always distract the big ones first. Let them eat. Then, like this, I sneak her a bit, so she can eat something. She ranks too low. A disabled one. In a troop, his mother is protecting him, but won't last forever. If she gets pregnant again, then basically she will barely care for him. If he is abandoned, we'll take him in. After that, raise him separately, or he won't survive in the wild. This one is the real king. How does a king rise? Honestly, he fights his way up. As you can see, his tail is shorter than the others. Got bitten off in a fight. See it? That's what fighting does. Winner takes all. That's the rule.
With so many macaques in the reserve, tourists drop by every day. Whenever he can, Kuang teaches them how to read the macaques.
How do you tell when a monkey becomes king? To show his rank. When he gives orders, he lifts his tail. If he's not the king, he doesn't get to do that. The rest keep their tails down. If he wins, he stays in charge. If he loses, then what? Once a monkey king gets beaten by another, then all his influence and status in the troop are gone, and he'll be alone for life, pushed out.
After many trips with nothing to show for it, today, at a water source, Kuang finally finds the group he hopes to guide. He has tracked this troop for over a year, meeting them many times. Before winter, they need to get used to him. To keep them from slipping away, Kuang quickly scatters food, a test to see whether they'll dare come close.
It's been a while since we last saw each other. They're still unsure. Look, they're all over there, but the bold ones have come over. They're climbing up from below.
Drawn by food, a dozen macaques edge their way over, trailing Kuang down the slope. But within minutes, they lose patience.
Come on. Go. I tried to lead them farther, but they won't follow. Happens every time. Their range is right here. If I want them to leave their home range, I have to show up every day, guiding them a few meters farther. Then gradually, they'll develop a routine themselves, and they'll head to the feeding site on their own. Come on. Let's go. Here. You like this? Here. Take one. All right, I'll stop. I won't come any closer. Their sense of territory is strong. They'll never let you cross into their space. Better keep my distance.
Their distrust weighs on Kuang. He spent more than a year on them. Now, he has to win them over fast, or the troop will face another harsh winter.
Hey, anyone home? Nobody?
This village sits outside the reserve. Kuang's here to stock up on winter feed for the macaques.
I called. Where is he? Hard at work, huh?
Just came back from the fields.
Oh, I'm here for the peanuts.
Sure, come with me.
I called you the other day. Nice, already bagged up. Same batch as the ones inside?
Yep.
Fresh harvest. It's dry.
Yeah, I dried them.
I can hear him shake bone dry. Yep, nice. I'll start loading up.
Go on.
No need to weigh them. I trust you. I bought from you last year. They were great.
We keep things honest, never cheat.
High in fat, these peanuts will help the macaques get through the cold. This time, besides peanuts, Kuang's also here for pumpkins.
In winter, there's no grass, no leaves, nothing fresh up in the hills. So at least, pumpkins give the macaques some vitamins. Good for their skin and fur. The thing is, homegrown pumpkins don't use chemicals or pesticides, so they're safe for macaques.
Look at this one.
That's a beauty.
Very sweet.
They will love it.
Sweet as can be.
Yeah, good one. It's sweet. They'll tear into it like we do with watermelon. Chomp. They'll fight over it. That one's good too. Can't fit anymore. I'll come back later. Heavy, isn't it? I'm afraid the basket'll split.
About 25 kilos. That's 111.5 kilos.
So 0.85 per half kilo. I'll pay you in full. 189.55 yuan. Let's just make it 200.
Well, lucky me.
Just one thing. Next time, size doesn't matter. Just make sure they're riper.
Sure.
Sorry for keeping you.
No worries.
We'll head out then. Thanks.
Let's go.
Okay.
With winter only 2 months away, Kuang needs the monkeys to get used to him.
That's the king, look at him. So aggressive. Thick arms, hard stare, tail up. I can't get close. He's on high alert.
The king leads the whole troop. If Kuang earns his trust, the rest will follow easily.
He still doesn't trust me. Keeps mumbling at me. Here, here. Take one from my hand. Nope. Off he goes again. You can't make any sudden moves. Push it too far, and they think you're out to hurt them. And they'll bolt back. They're fighting again. Working with the king is always like this. Back and forth. Day after day. I've worked with this troop for nearly a year. And it's still the same. Still not there yet. But I have to keep trying.
Working with macaques takes a lot of patience. When he's tired, Kuang just sits near the troop and stays with them.
I just sit here. Unless the monkeys leave, I can't get up and go. If they stay, so do I. I don't even shave. Don't dare change clothes. All that matters is helping them. Recognize me. Remember that every time I show up, I'm here for them, not to harm them. This season, they're at their most unstable. Fights break out every day. Everywhere, someone's picking a fight, all of them wanting to be king.
Macaques change kings every 4 years. This troop is now in transition, with strong males lining up to challenge the king.
If the old king gets knocked out, I have to regain the new one's trust. That takes time, a lot of it. Maybe this winter. I can't lead them to the feeding site as planned.
Luckily, the old king is stronger than all the rest. Kuang can breathe a little easier.
Grandpa.
Attaboy.
Busy guiding the monkeys, Kuang hasn't been home for nearly 2 months. Today, his wife and grandson come by to bring him clothes.
What's up with your phone? I couldn't get through.
No signal in the mountains.
Why don't you come home? It's been so long. Why won't you come home?
This is a critical period. Winter's right around the corner. I need to get them to the site.
Still, you can't ignore your family. You can't just leave us behind. The water pipes broke.
I'll check them the other day.
We haven't dared turn on the tap. Everything's dry. It wears me down sometimes. Why put yourself through all this? He's so wrapped up with those monkeys. He says this is his work, his calling.
My wife always says, you won't come home unless your clothes are dirty and you need the washer. That's how it is.
He wants to know everything about the monkeys, their habits, their ranges. He wants to master it all. That's what he really wants.
I came here in my 20s. Now I'm almost 40. Through all the ups and downs, over 2 decades have passed. Have some wild chives and eggs.
Every time Kuang heads into the mountains, his wife gets upset. She feels he's getting older. And this work is too much for him.
You can't make the monkeys everything. You have to care about us too, right? And look after yourself. If you fall out there, no one would even know.
Don't worry.
How can I not?
Why so naggy? Come on. I'm fine here, all right? Just take care of things at home. When you're home, I can focus here. I don't worry about a thing. I couldn't do this without you.
Why stay out here day and night? You don't even make much.
It's not about the money.
Doing odd jobs. You could earn a few thousand a month. What do you get out here?
Give me a break. There are plenty of times I've thought about giving up myself. Whether people support me or not, it's like the sun. The afternoon sun, you just endure it as it slowly sinks.
His wife couldn't convince him to come home. Now is the crucial period. And he can't slack off.
Good. Grab it and run. Almost scratch my hand. So fast. King, come here. Almost there. Nice. That's it. He takes it from my hand. Perfect. Easy. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.